What is your disadvantage? In other words, the question I'm asking you is, what are you telling yourself your disadvantage is? Are you telling yourself that you can't be successful because you were born into a poor family, or that your skin color is the wrong color, or that you were born in the wrong country, or you're not tall enough, or you're not good looking enough, or you're not smart enough, or you don't have the right connections, you don't know the right people? What is the story? What is the story that you are telling yourself why you are disadvantaged? Whatever the story is you're telling yourself, I want to spend a few minutes here with you and try to convince you that your advantage is your disadvantage. Whatever you think your disadvantage is, that is your advantage. Let me tell you a story. 30 years ago, at the age of 18, I started for a company that sold memory seminars. And I went into my sales manager one day and I said, Frank Massini was his name. I'm like, Frank, I'm at such a disadvantage. Here I am, 18 years old. I'm having to work a full-time job trying to sell memory training seminars. And at the same time that I am being a salesman for memory training seminars, my friends are going to college. Not only are they going to college, I grew up with about 6 or 7 group of guys, and I went to work right after high school. They all went off to college. And when they all went to college, either their college was paid for through some form of scholarships, or in most cases, their parents paid for their college. And here I was, I didn't have any of that. I did not have, in one case, one of the guys, my grades were actually better than his grades were in high school, but he got a scholarship because he was 1/10 Native American. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. My grades were better, but my skin color was just the wrong color, so he got the scholarship. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I worked so hard in high school, and now these people who didn't have to work half as hard as I do, they get to go to college, and their parents are paying for it. And I have to go to school while working a full-time job. And I told my sales manager, I am at such a disadvantage here. And I was feeling bad for myself. I was throwing a pity party that, oh my gosh, I can't believe how unfortunate I am. And my sales manager, Frank Massini, gave me words of wisdom 30 years ago that I will never forget to this day. He said, Ron, what you are seeing as your disadvantage is your advantage. You don't see it right now, but one day you're going to look back on this moment, and this is going to be one of your proudest moments. This disadvantage is your advantage. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And what he was saying is that my friends were going off to school, and their parents were paying for their school, and all they had to do was focus on their studies. Which, hey, that's nice. What was I having to do? I was having to get a job and learn how to work in the business world. Guess what? I got a 4 or 5 year head start on that over them. I was learning how to contact businesses and close sales and ask for the money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And at age 18, I was learning how to do that. My friends didn't have to do that. Learning how to work with businesses, learning how to stand up in front of groups and give speeches or presentations just to make a living, wondering about if I was going to be able to buy food for the weekend, or if my electricity was going to get turned off, if I was going to be able to pay my rent, got me out of bed, lit that fire in me, and forced me to learn sales. It forced me to learn business. It forced me to be creative. My friends weren't being forced to be creative. And so you know what they did, and there's nothing wrong with this, but they weren't that creative when they got out of college. They didn't really build or grow anything unique. They just went and followed the normal path that you do when you get out of school. I was forced into creativity. I was forced into cold calling. I was forced into sales. I was forced to asking people, hey, this is how much we need, and this is how we close the deal. I was forced into that. And that disadvantage of being forced into that was my advantage. Over the last 30 years, the economy of the world has gone choo, 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 choo. During good times, it's been easy for me to succeed. During bad times, it's been easier for me to succeed because of the skills I learned 30 years ago. I know how to pick up that phone and call businesses and say, hey, can I come out there and give a speech or a presentation, talk about memory, and close the sale, close the deal, and make money, generate money. I don't have to wait for it to come to me. My friends didn't necessarily learn that. My disadvantage was my advantage because I had a fire in my gut that forced me to get better. That fire in your gut, if you are born in a country that you don't have the same advantages as maybe the United States, that fire in your gut can force you to get better. You are going to have to work 2 or 3 times as hard as somebody else just to get to the same level. But you know what? It's worth it, because this isn't about comparison. You're not about comparing where your life ends up in compared to somebody else. Where did you start from? Did you start from a place of great success and then you are here and you just maintain that throughout your entire life? Big deal. Okay, cool. You were born into incredible wealth and you maintained that wealth your entire life. Great. Congratulations. But were you born down here and you fought and you struggled and you went a little higher and you went a little higher and you went a little higher? That struggle makes you stronger. And life isn't about comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. Life is about excelling at what has been put on your plate. Right now in your hands, you have the entirety of all the knowledge known to man. If you're looking at this on a cell phone, guess what else is on that cell phone? Philosophy, history, science, math, culture, languages. It's all right there. You are living at the greatest time in the history of the world. Anything you want to learn is on your computer, and it's on the cell phone. Take advantage of that. You have access to it. If you're born in another country and maybe you want to do YouTube videos like me, I'm going to be honest with you. I might have access to a better camera. I might have access to higher speed internet. It might be easier for me to record something, put it on the internet, and boom, it's on YouTube quicker. But because that I have easier access and it's going to be more difficult for you, it's going to force you to work even harder. And when you work harder, your disadvantage becomes your advantage. We have seen stories all the time of people who are immigrants and come to the United States with not very much money in their pocket, and they very, very, very often outpace people who are naturally born in the United States, a land of great opportunity. Why do they achieve so much wealth so much quicker than people who were born into a lot better situation? It's that drive. It is that fire in their gut. That fire in their gut to achieve. That fire in their gut to make something of their lives, because they know where they have come from, and they know how hard poverty is, and they know how difficult it is. That disadvantage has become a fire inside of them to achieve. 30 years ago, I thought my disadvantage was having to work and learn business skills and learn sales while I was trying to go to school at the same time. My disadvantage was my advantage. If you think your disadvantage is the color of your skin, if you think it is you're not tall enough, or you're not good looking enough, or you're born in the wrong country, or your parents don't have enough money, or you don't have access to the best schools, or whatever it is, let that be your motivation. Let that be the fire in your gut to push you. And every time you begin to think, I'm so disadvantaged, tell yourself, look, everybody's got something. Everybody's got something. And you know what the disadvantage of the advantaged is? Do you know what the disadvantage of the rich is? They do have a disadvantage as well. Kids born into very wealthy families, they're at a disadvantage too, maybe even worse than yours, but they don't know it. Their disadvantage is comfort. Their disadvantage is they're going to be okay regardless of what happens. And so they're going to have to fight even harder to overcome comfort. Now, they still may maintain a good life, just stay even right where they were born. But is that really what life is about for you? It's not for me. It's about growth. So I hope you grow. I hope you look at your disadvantages as advantages. If you want to grow and learn something new, maybe having a memory course will help you. I teach a memory course called Black Belt Memory. I'll put the link down in the comments below. It'll teach you how to remember names and faces, learn anything faster, and if you're wanting to learn and achieve, maybe it'll help you do that faster. So check out the Black Belt Memory course. It's in the description below. I'd love to get a thumbs up from you if you like this. I'm always trying to give you valuable videos. And comment below and tell me, what is your disadvantage and how are you going to spin it around and use it to your advantage? How are you going to use it as that fire in your gut to motivate you? But stop talking about your disadvantage and see it as an advantage.